Hey, Profit back. Profit takers, we are about to jump into another live session, so let's go ahead and get active. All right, so this area that we was taking a look at on pound JPY for a sale got tested. Let me know when you pull up your trading account. You can take this pound JPY sale too. All right, so right now it's in profit. We also got a USD JPY buy. Really nice move on this thing. This is my original entry. We dropped, hit our TP1 and our TP2. Dorsey, what up? After we hit both of those entries, I saw we had a possibility that we could pull back towards TP1. So I put a buy in while this sale is still open because I got one more position left. I had 3 targets. So I left that last target open and just took a buy from here. And this is the area that I'm looking to exit. On the 3-hour time frame, we looked at this chart Sunday during our live charting session. I noticed that this area where we have all of these rejections right here, when price broke this level, it never pulled back to retest it. So after this previous high was hit, I told the team to buy this, and we're deep in profit on it. We're looking for that thing to be hit and for a rejection to happen on Thursday. So by Thursday, we want to look for the continuation of this downtrend, which will make this move just a bear flag. Price consolidating, then reaching above before continuing that move to the downside. So right now, everything's working out pretty well. We went through all of these processes again on Sunday, and things are turning out perfectly. We also took a gold buy, and we just hit our 3rd target. All right. So the first trade we called was, hold on a second, that 1 to 24 buy. Then we called this, and all of these are in our live sessions. This is the one from this week, this 1 to 12. We called this Sunday. We actually placed it Monday. Price consolidated on us for the rest of the day, but we just put an alert by a stop loss. It was never triggered. This thing ripped and took off, giving us another 325 pips on gold. So far this week, shit is working out really nice. Now we want to see if we can get a possible rejection right here. With it being Wednesday, it's a good chance that we'll get a lot of consolidation, but maybe even a break above this high. So what I'm going to do is just hold out right here and now wait until my 200-day EMA starts to catch up with price. Let me see where it is. All right, cool. So one trick that I noticed when you start looking for reversals in the market, once you get to those major structural levels, whether it's support or resistance, start waiting for the 200-day EMA to catch up with price. Hold on, this is it right here. So if you're at the highs and you're looking for a reversal, like on the 15-minute, you should see the 200 right underneath price, letting you know that the possibility of that reversal is close. Let me give you an example. So right here, even with the lows, right? 200-day EMA testing price, you get a break above, and then it bounced off it to go to the upside. Let me show you the same thing for a downtrend. All right, cool. Here's the major structural level right here in the market. Right here where we have all of these rejections. 200-day EMA catches up, price breaks beneath it, and it bounces off of it to send price in the opposite direction. So when you start looking for those reversals, make sure that's something that you keep in mind. It'll help you with timing, because you may be in the right place just a little too early. And that's one of the things that starts playing on the anxiety or creating anxiety in the market. When you set up, put proper time in doing analytics, you reach one of your key levels and you take the trade set up, but you into that motherfucker too early, you get stopped out and it ripped going in the direction that you thought it would go in. So now you're afraid because you just spent all of that time and got the wrong result. But then when it moved without you, now you don't trust yourself. So now you got to fight through that fear and the inability to trust your analytics. And the remedy is being patient and using the tools that we have available. So let's see. Euro pound. Okay. So Euro pound is really choppy, but when you enter a trade and it gets choppy like this, a way to make it simple for you to monitor it is to use the basics, okay? And what I mean by that is if price is going down, it's creating lower highs and lower lows. So right here, we clearly see that even though it's really choppy, it's creating lower highs. And it's also breaking the lows right here. So now what we need to do is look at this pivot high and just set an alert. If price breaks above this high, it's a good chance this trade is no longer valid. And using something that simple, believe it or not, is mostly what I use to look for the change in trends on my trades, man. Too many people, they got these overly complex strategies when all you really got to do is just look at the basics. Okay. So what time frame is this? This is a 30-minute time frame. We gotta let this thing run. That was a nice trade on gold. Euro pound. Okay, so Euro pound. Oh, this is right back at our entry. What's the other trade? That's it. Let's see what US 30 was doing, man. US 30 took off without us. Man, talk about close. It's okay. This is also a part of the game. Being close, not quite making it. So we had a limit order, a limit buy set up on US 30. Price wicked close to that zone, but didn't quite touch it.
Looks like you're getting a $3,200 refund.
Did she
So
mention
it's like
H&R Block? Everyone gets
almost
their max refund
15
or their money
pips.
back?
And we always guarantee a high.
And it went on a move too, but it's okay. We'll definitely catch it. What was my target on this thing? So I noticed, there we go. So I noticed on the weekly highs haven't been retested yet. Now that's a good thing. Well, let me not say good or bad. I'm gonna say the beneficial thing is for the people that's buying and holding. You'll definitely see a retest of the highs, maybe even a short break above. But the thing on the other end is with all of these rejections being created right here in the market, if price comes back towards this level, it is going to break it. It's gonna break this shit, okay? So I would say everybody that is actively trading, pay very close attention to what happens up here. Because if you get in on a nice position up here, That's a position that you can hold for weeks, and it's gonna continue to pay. Continue to pay, man. Whew. Especially you catch this US 30. It should happen on everything. NASDAQ, S&P 500, everything. But I would say let's pay attention. So on the daily, this pivot high right here, price broke above it and it used it as support, testing it a few times and rejecting. I want to see what happens if this thing could possibly give us another pullback before making that break. All right, cool. Uh-oh, put that back. So with these arrows, let me put them all back and explain to you why I put it there. So with these arrows, one thing I noticed after trading for so long is that this thing is rigged, man. This market is man-made and is man-manipulated, okay? And what I mean, let me show you exactly what I mean. Typically when I see consolidation, right, I'll see a move that drops either beneath or above it to capture everybody's stop loss that was looking for this buy. And after it captured their money, it take off to the upside. So that's exactly what I was looking for in this trade setup. I was just 15 pips short. So what I do to take advantage of it, when I see that being formed, these are the conditions. It has to happen in the middle of two structural levels, consolidation, right? So right here, this is consolidation, but it's happening at this structural level of support right here. That's a major level, and this is a major level. For this thing to work, you need to see consolidation being formed between two major levels. And when this shit happens, you know the trick is about to happen, okay? So they'll start making you think this area will be a valid level of support, drop beneath it, capture those stop losses, and move into the opposite direction. So I took this same trade setup on USD CAD. Well, pretty much every setup that I take I'm using this method. But let me show you this same thing on USD CAD right here. So this is a higher time frame. So there are a lot of stop losses right here underneath this area. What did I do? I just placed a buy limit order right here. I waited for the market manipulation to happen. It wicked beneath this area, entered my trade setup, and I hit almost all of my targets relatively quick. So that's one time I used it. Let me see, I also used it right here in this area. Same thing, consolidation happened. I knew that it was a sell. Price wicked up, hit that level, and dropped. So my initial reaction to this bullshit, I was upset. I felt like I was getting robbed. But when you can remove the emotions, you can log these things that you find as far as these similarities or these patterns, and you can prepare yourself for them versus getting upset about the outcome. So I took all of this shit and turned it into a system. Even with pound JPY, this trade setup. Check this out, same shit. I saw these lows being created. This is the 4-hour time frame. On a smaller time frame, you have a lot of candles right here rejecting at this area. Underneath that area, I noticed that this was the major structural level. So what did I do? I waited until price traded underneath this level to take my buy. We hit TP1. I'm looking for a slight pullback to do what? The exact same thing. Price left some lows right here. So even with holding this buy, I'm gonna sell it to capture the money, just to buy it again. So if they wanna play games, it's okay. Just learn the damn game and play with them. That's what I was looking for. I'm looking for an area that US 30 could possibly reverse too, because it did just give a nice little pullback. Was that hit? Not quite. So normally when you get these higher highs and higher lows being created when prices on that uptrend, you'll see a pullback to retest that level before continuation. So I'm looking at this area right here as an area that could possibly be retested on this pullback on US 30 before continuing that uptrend. Oh damn, missed a nice entry. Okay, so it also created a double top. Look at this shit. It also created a double top and retested it. Now, double tops, double bottoms, head and shoulders patterns, inverse head and shoulders patterns, all of those patterns are relative to where you find them. The same example that I just gave you guys with using that other method, those major structural levels count, and you have to learn how to properly identify them before you start trading reversal patterns. So if those reversal patterns happen at one of these major levels, at a major structural high or a major structural low, and you see a double top, it's a good chance that that thing is valid. You may see a retest of that right shoulder before you get a continuation to the downtrend, which is exactly what happened here. And that's what I teach all of our students as far as how to recognize it and how to trade it. We wait until it's formed. As soon as you get a pullback, you enter it in, going in that direction of the reversal pattern. Okay? That's exactly what happened here. So since we missed this setup on US 30, the next thing that we will have to do is wait until we get a clear close underneath this area at the end of this 10-minute candle. If that happens, I will trade that. If not, leave it the fuck alone. But the reason why I like entering on the retest of those candles is because it does an amazing thing to the risk reward ratio. Most people teach after you spot this double top, you wait for this confirmation candle. This confirmation candle would be this large bear candle here. So this is what I noticed from jumping in right there using the method that everybody teaches. Let's say I just wanted to be conservative and only look at this area as a target. That only gives me a 1 to 3. Now, if I would have waited for that retest to happen after that confirmation, same trade up, same direction, but it turns the trade into a 1 to 10 risk reward ratio. So this is the gift that patience gives you when it comes to identifying and executing these trades. All right, so we're gonna drop beneath that level, but another thing, this is why the mindset is key. Fear of missing out only creates loss and disaster. Your friend is when the clock ends, okay? This thing could drop all the way down here. Do not get too hasty. Just be patient and let that candle close, because it could wick all the way down here. You jump in the trade out of fear of losing more money, and then by the time it closes, it's back up here, and that's terrible. Then you'll see it going in the opposite direction. So if you, after you figure out what things you need to confirm your trades, wait on them. Honor yourself. Let's see. We got 7 minutes, so I'll be back. damn, pretty much same thing. Excuse me, same thing happened here. A double top, price retested it. Let's see how it responds. Oh, and while we're at it, right here, this is a head and shoulders pattern. So the same thing I just explained to you guys, this is a head and shoulders pattern right here. This is exactly how I entered this trade setup. I waited until the right shoulder of this head and shoulders pattern was tested, and I took the setup. Now I know I'm on a 2-hour time frame, and I also know that this is the high, so I put my stop loss above it. And I find something else to do. When you find an entry on a 2-hour, 4-hour, 1-hour time frame, you have to let it develop. To stand here and watch this shit, you will most likely close the trade before it plays out. So let's say you found that trade, but you're watching on the 5-minute. Man, if you are not familiar with trading, this does nothing but cause fear. You see yourself going down a little bit, back up, down a little bit, back up, and then you live out exactly what we talked about earlier. Hold on, lady, my turn. You live exactly out. You live out. You live out what we was talking about earlier. You close your trade just to see it going in your favor without you in it. Okay, so that's the type of shit we want to avoid, and that's why we focus so heavy on the mindset when you jump in the company. This trading stuff is easy. Y'all can trade with me for free, copy all of the trades. I don't care. I want to see you win. But in order to work with us, you have to take our mindset serious. So we got these alerts set. I think I'm about to call it a day. So normally when you trade on these higher time frames, there's not a lot that you have to do. You just let price play out. And it also gives you more pips and a better winning percentage. So before I jump off, I'm gonna just show the trades just from last week that we closed and the ones that we entered now. I'm not even gonna count the extra positions, just the original entry. So this was our original entry from this high. Okay, that was 780 pips. I used the same concept right here, pretty much the break and retest. That's a really ugly double top, but still the same. As soon as it was retested, I entered and I just took this setup, took that trade down to the next structural level. Real simple. So 780 pips there. We entered right here. I already hit TP1, so I'm only gonna count that. That's 164 pips. And all of these trades were called live, so you guys could watch them and watch me, develop the setup and also execute it. So we got those two trades, but those are extra entries, so I won't count them. I'm only gonna count the original entry. So on gold, the original entry from here to TP3, look at that, 1,116 pips. USD JPY. We only hit TP2, so I count to TP2. This shit is fun. I'm telling you guys, these higher time frames, we gotta get away from this scalping shit. It's a time to scalp, and it's a time to let them run. So 242 pips to TP2. We entered this buy. Right now we're up 129 pips, and it's all just in a week and a half. These aren't stocks, these are forex pairs. But it's the same thing with options, it's the same thing with crypto. Don't let anybody confuse you. Technical analysis is the same across the board. Just being able to identify these three things: consolidation, an uptrend, and a downtrend. If you can spot these, you can make money. It's just that easy. Just that easy. Now, the difficulty is controlling yourself. All right. So we got these alerts set. As always, once I get off, I am going to monitor these setups and also post. Who was that? Wealthy Pips, that's what's up. I ain't seen Gustavo in a minute. But yeah, I'm gonna monitor these trade setups, post the results in the stories like always. For those that want to begin trading, again, you can start with us for free. For me, it's more so about teaching you guys application and showing you how to execute properly so you can win. All right? You can start with us for free. Head to our website, ProfitTakersEU.com, and go to that courses tab. Bing, bing. With the Trading Essentials bundle, I'm going to walk you through setting up your live account, your demo account. So that way, when you see me online, you'll be able to trade with me. I'm also going to give you a complete trading plan, teaching you how to properly risk on those trade setups. Okay? You also get the free trial to our Mindset series. This is the glue. For anybody that wants to go through our program, this is where you have to start. We got to show you the power of your thoughts, beliefs, and actions. And with it, we use our 6-week journal so you guys can become more intentional with your words. As traders, we lose and we say the worst shit possible to ourselves. This is the biggest issue with trading. It's not what happens on the chart, it's what happens in our mind after. Then we have a few books available on Amazon. 6 Steps to Trading with Consistent Results. It covers all of the concepts that you see me use in these live sessions and in the charting sessions. We also got log books. It's very important to log your trades and your emotional state. You have to see where the problem lies so you can fix it. We also got merch. And for those that want to join the team, you can get that beginner bundle, upgrade to get tier 2. But remember, you're one trade away from living. Why fight to stay the same?